the Bujinkan, created by Masaki Hatsumi to honor his teacher, Takamatsu. It comprises of 9 classical schools of Japanese martial arts. The curriculum includes strikes, locks, kicks, throws, and an array of weapons, all of which I'm going to be tested on today. So the exam is going to include elements of unarmed combat from Gyokuryu, Kotoryu, and the Kukishindenryu, plus methods of using a 3-foot staff. I just hope I'm not going to crumble under the pressure and forget the techniques like last time.
We're a Ninjutsu-based school in the southwest of the United Kingdom. We train on a Wednesday and a Thursday night. We've been going from the early 2000s, and we have a range of students from white belt through to third dan.
It's time for Christmas training, and the whole of Bristol is feeling very seasonal. I mean, you go to Broadmead and you've got the Christmas market, the decorations are up, there's a real festive feel to it.
The students have got an additional challenge in actually getting to the dojo because we have some roadworks going on currently which are making the simple route to get to the dojo quite difficult.
I mean, it's a nightmare. Everywhere you turn, roadworks and construction, there's diversions. Man, it's a real headache trying to get to where you need to be.
So hopefully people will they will get to the dojo on time. Hello.
It's always good to be reunited with your buddies in the dojo. I mean, we've got a real array of characters, and it's good to see each and every one of them.
Hello.
What up?
I like the hair. The hair is what I like it.
You good?
Yeah, you alright?
This is called morning hair.
Are you doing it now?
Yeah, this is where we're going to be. we've decided because it's so...
You're joking.
I just made it. Luckily, like we were still waiting on a couple of people anyway, so yeah, managed to get there.
The main theme of today is that we are working on 2 aspects. The first aspect is hambo, which is a short 3-foot staff, and something that we call gyakuwaza. In addition to this, the students will actually have aspects of their gradings or some part of their grading that will be shown, so they will be tested on that aspect. Balance. You haven't got to worry about touching me now, so you'll be alright. Stay. 5 seconds. 3 seconds on each hold.
I was a bit nervous this time, which is a bit odd for me, but I think it's because there's been such a long period, between our last day training.
1, 2, 3, down. Alright, once more. Other side. Yeah, do the other side. Hicho. Hold. 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3. First kick.
No.
Hold, hold, hold. 1, hold. 2, 3, down. Back to the other side. This should be a drill. This should be a drill for you.
Everyday drill.
Every day, just so you have that balance.
Going back to basics is really important. It is your foundation. You need those solid foundations for the rest of your taijutsu and all of the weapons work. Now, just because it is called basics doesn't mean it's easy. They might be simple, but they're definitely not easy.
So the first thing is bend the knees. 3. There's the sleep. Yeah. 4, 5. Keep these arms straight. Here. Down.
We always have an intensity, but we always have a laugh about it as well, which is the most important thing.
1, 2, 3.
Training's underway and there's now an opportunity to take a look at some of the stuff for your grading requirements, stuff that you're maybe not so confident with, and just go over it before that test later in the day.
Left leg in. Left leg in. No, this is a weapon in the dojo we've been working on, but some of the students who actually are remote students, this is the first opportunity that they'll get to do the techniques on another human being.
Oh!
So unlike the speciality weapons of the Bujinkan, Shuriken, Shuko and so forth, sticks are ubiquitous, right? You know, you got mop handles, broom handles, sweeping brushes, all of that sort of thing. You know, you get into a situation you might have to grab whatever is closest and deal with an attacker. So that is why Hanbo training is still relevant and practical today.
Back, boom.
I still have some hang-ups with Hanbo. I don't know why. Maybe I just find it too difficult, but I still like it. I still do it.
Alright, so as he comes, you shift, come in behind. Alright, roll. There's that word again. Alright, roll here. Step across and take down. This is version number 1. So the first thing you need to do is you need to get that chin, right, into this crook, and then keep this hand down. This is just to bide your time. If you don't do that, if you don't do this thing first, all right, doesn't matter what you do, you're gonna get screwed. All right. Turn. You see, the whole point is to get your hand in here. So you get this going on, then this going on. Then like a sword grip. Yeah, sword grip. Bing.
That is the one.
So that is the one, is
That
it?
is the one.
Yeah. Omotegaku ground pens. Do you know the ground pens? Even if I asked the black belts, I'm sure they would look at you and go, ooh. The gradings, what do we expect? Well, each individual person has a specific requirement. So for example, the black belts have a much higher degree of expectation than the lower grades. But the lower grades still need to perform what they've learned over the year with proficiency.
Last year I had knee surgery, so I'm still kind of getting back to what I used to be. So there's still certain things that I can't do.
I found the grading quite difficult as I wasn't as maybe prepared as I thought, but it's always a challenge and it's always fun.
Very close.
There's one, I can't remember, one you go like this,
Yeah,
one you go here, back.
correct.
I just can't,
Yeah.
I can't.
And it's
remember.
correct what you're saying. Doing is
It's not-
different.
Yeah.
All right.
It's good because I now know what I am missing and what I need to work on. And obviously we took notes down, and yeah, it was just interesting to see how we're doing, how we're progressing throughout the year.
We always put pressure on ourselves to remember what we need to do. No. It could have been better. It could have been better, but obviously there's still work to do. So you know, it's just kind of a snapshot in time.
I felt like the test went well today. I remembered all of the techniques that I was asked to do, all but one. Right at the end, I couldn't remember that last one. Clearly there is still some more work to do. Besides, this isn't the only test I'm going to be taking. There's going to be more in the future in order to get that next grade.
Pull this off. One. Then you bring this, as you bring this down to here, this gives you the opportunity to kick. The testing is over. No, they didn't all pass, but they had fun, and that's the important thing. They enjoyed themselves. They learned what to do next. What we have to learn is not that it's just a failure and we should just be in the doldrums, but just to actually realize that even if you do fail, work out why you failed and then aim to improve on the next time.
It's the end of the training, and outside, would you believe it? It's starting to snow.
It's Christmas, so in true fashion in Bristol, it's actually snowing as well.
So it definitely feels like Christmas now.
So the theme of today's session is to do some advanced Kion. So the Kion is what we call the fundamentals. So we kind of like know how to do a basic move, but it's now taking it to a next step on. But also Hambo. And then I'm looking at how the basics relate to other techniques as well, and also how I'm going to sort of like get the students to build on what they already know and go from having a basic level to having a slightly more advanced level. Hi guys, how you doing, man? You alright?
So taking our fundamentals and then just adding onto it.
Hello!
So this is the biannual grading, and I've been building up for this for a long time. Months of legwork, months of practicing, honing those techniques, trying to get them down. But before I get to the test, we've got the full day training.
I mean, we're dealing with basics, yeah? But the word basics is not really good to use. The word is kion in Japanese, but what it basically means is foundation or fundamentals. We're going to be doing kind of like Hambo Jutsu, but we're going to be looking at some of the basics of it. How's that sound? That sound cool? I hope so. If not, it's tough. It's my class. So it goes 1, 2, 3 1, 2, 3 and back.
It is sweltering in the dojo. Like, it is so hot. Like, the temperature is getting up towards the 30s. The fan's on, the door's open, but
The conditions, we have the fan on, we have the door open, doesn't really make any difference. It affects you after a while.
it's making it even more difficult, even more draining, and the fact that we've got the test at the end of the day.
You come in and you take it in this way, then you slide it to catch this.
It goes right on the bone, and it was just
Painful. That's the whole point of it. Yeah, that's why you have these nice ones. Yeah, where you can lock against them. It's not so painful. These ones, woo, man! If I hit you with that, the class would last very short. So the test, I have a certain set number of techniques that students are expected to know how to do. They've been pre-given this list of techniques, and they're expected to do those from memory.
Last time, I didn't quite manage to get all the techniques. There were some mistakes. I did better than the previous one, but it wasn't polished, it wasn't 100%. So I've been doing a lot of extra work, training at home, trying to get all of those techniques and skills down.
yeah.
When you watch a student going through pressure, and you can see that some they fold, and some they rise to the challenge.
So you're doing it in an environment where you are being kind of picked apart. It was tough. It's been all day, and you've done loads of techniques, and now you're having to jump back into the vault and try and pull other techniques out.
I don't know how I'm going to do. I don't know whether I'm going to nail it or not. I'm going to give it my best.
Gradings are a traumatic time, but that is part of it. This is as real as it gets.
So yeah, I'm feeling some pressure. I'm a little bit nervous. I don't know whether I'm going to be able to do what's required of me or not.
Both of them had difficulties. The expectation was that they would need to get over 75% correct. But today is a very emotional day for me. But life isn't about perfection. Life is about having these battles, having these turmoils, having these problems, and like I said earlier, it's about persevering, overcoming. That's what this art is supposed to do. Inside, it grows. Yeah, it grows. So thank you very much for being awarded a Nidan today. Yeah.
a little bit shocked.
There you go. Sakamai.
But I didn't really know how I was going to feel whenever I got second dan anyway. But it just feels like another new start. So it just feels like I'm bottom of the pile again. And back to beginner. Back to the base level.
So the class is finished and we all sit down, the test has been done, and then my name gets called. I'm not expecting this. You know, what's he gonna say?
So they cleared well in excess of 90%. Couldn't be more proud to have a third dan student like yourself. Thank you very much for all your hard work. And it's not mine. I help, but they're hard work. Thank you. Yeah, it's a touchy moment, yeah? So yeah.
Surprisingly, I've passed and I get given the sandan. Something that I've put in so much work for has now paid off.
They rise to whatever you give them. That's all I can ask for. They did well. The journey hasn't stopped.
I'm also conscious that, you know, the work doesn't end there. You know, it's time to level up once again. There's going to be more expectations, going to be more responsibility.
Still surprised at just what has just happened. I was playing football, had some stomach pains. By 10 a.m. that day, I was in hospital. They thought it was appendicitis. I ended up having surgery. So I got my appendix removed and I was in hospital for 10 days.
So we're just packing up. We're ready to go leave to the seminar. Going to be doing some naginata, some spear, some kopujutsu. It's going to be a different trip because the normal guys that usually come up with me aren't on with me this time. Unfortunately, Ashley's had to have an operation, and due to this operation, he can't underdo any physical activity.
Yes, I couldn't go seminar, and that was very last minute. Yeah, it wasn't a good place to be in. It wasn't a good place to be in.
I was lucky enough to receive some calligraphy from that's been done from Hatsubisuke, and it was a gift from me from Kazem. So he sort of like said that there's a limited number of these ones as well. So I was honored to be the recipient of one, and it says Kannin, which is consistently persevere and endure. We're looking at the aspect of kopujutsu with someone grabbing, and Kamae was there as always, and yeah, it's kind of like leveling up, and it's probably above my pay grade, but we try. Then we went on to spear, did a technique of Shiho Waza, which is kind of like shows different ways of how you do ski. lot of drilling, a lot of sweating because it was a sunny day, and good fun.
So rehab was difficult. I had to wait at least 6 weeks to do any lifting. So, you know, my usual routine went out the window. It was just severely restricted.
Reach, there's the Bujinkan, there's the kick. It's an aspect of it. Learn to be like a mechanic.
I've recovered from my surgery, which is great, and I'm moving a lot better.
One, come on! Yeah? That's the more logical sense.
And then, you know, I started coming back to training as well. Yeah, I've made a pretty good recovery.
So it was like really excited to be back in. Raj is there, Ash is there, sick, brilliant.
So we were going to do a technique called Yokonagari. You go directly down. Let's go directly down. Bring this one.
And what happened is he asked Ollie to do the throw.
It was literally in the first 5-10 minutes of the class, and I threw him, and as he fell on me, and then he dropped to the side, and I looked at his farm, and he smiled at me, and I smiled at him, and it was like, oh.
And it dislocated it, so it went in, in like that.
We couldn't help him, so luckily the local hospital is less than 5 minutes drive away.
Really weird pain, quite funny looking at it coming out at such a strange angle.
Okay, let's administer some hard drugs then, shall we?
The worst thing was this, my hand was cramping like this because I just wanted to straighten my hand out, right, but because of the angle of the dislocation, to compensate for the pain, my hand was going more and more like this.
You're breathing in and out through there. Now it tastes a bit like petrol. For the first couple of gags, you'll get used to it, you'll be absolutely fine.
Just keep
Deep
going.
breathing in all the time is the key to it.
We just tried to keep him in high spirits and had a laugh with him.
You keep taking away as deep as you can. That's
So I'm breathing in this thing, you feel a bit out of it, you're feeling a bit dizzy, a bit spaced, and then he grabs hold of my thumb and his whole weight just pulls back.
It was interesting to see that when he sort of like extended the farm, and you know, you could hear the audible.
And it was insanely painful. I think even with the painkiller, I mean the painkiller helped, but it's still, I could still feel it.
It's just crazy, absolutely crazy.
We had lots of jokes and stuff, and we sent messages to everyone to make sure everybody was okay. There was always the obligatory thumbs up that you will put when someone's dislocated a thumb. So
it's now kind of back to normal. It's pretty much back, and I've learnt to do a lot of stuff with my right hand, which is nice.
Redfield coming to pick up Marcus. It's going to be good. It's going to be a good day.
Oh, about 0 hours sleep after a 9-hour shift, but I thought I had to come here and help out our teacher, show her what was martial arts.
We've arrived at the Southwest Martial Arts and Wellbeing Show 2024. The weather outside is atrocious. The last time we did this show was 2019, just before that world craziness called COVID.
As he goes to attack, shift, catch. It's nice and easy to catch it.
This is my first martial arts show that I've ever been to, so I thought I could come up for the experience.
With the workshop today, what actually happened was we had more people than what I envisaged that were going to be there, and there were people from various different arts and also different ages, different abilities. So I went around everybody and asked what they would like to do. A lot of people were like, oh, we'd like to do some form of weapons, and then some people had swords, and then some people said grappling. So I covered the idea of how to drawing a sword. I then also covered the idea of how to actually doing a throw.
I thought Sensei Raj was really, really brilliant. He was really nice. He made everyone feel at ease, really down to earth. I could see a couple of things he brought up were new to me, especially to do with the bokken work. So that was interesting, and also some of the modifications he made as well to some of the work we did, because to adapt people's either injuries or the situation awareness and things like that, that was really useful.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I definitely can take away some of the learning from it. Lots of exciting things to try and play with.
At 3 o'clock this afternoon, we're going to be doing a demonstration which is in a larger space, and we've got an array of weapons that we're going to be using, which is going to be it's going to be interesting because bless him, poor Marcus has had 0 hours sleep because he was working late last night.
I've had a few hours practice, not enough for my liking, but hopefully I'll try and get a bit more practice in before we start the show today.
Obviously nervous. I just wanted to obviously not let anyone down and just make sure that I got the right sequence correct and that I'd had enough practice. It's pressure, isn't it? So at the time you're not thinking about it.
Have any weapons. So he will attack. 1, 2, 3. Smack him on the head.
I gave it my best. I think I messed up a bit in that I forgot one little bit, but other than that, I thought it was good. I felt the whole thing as a whole was really good.
I think it went pretty well. Hopefully I didn't make any mistakes. That was noticeable.
Marcus was phenomenal in everything that he did, was on point. Mike got everything right that he needed to do. Chris did all of his bits, and even managed to get me with some really heavy throws, which you know, I had to repay him back home.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
I'm proud of the guys that were with us. So I think every guy done their best.
Claire and the team from Kickstart, they put on a fantastic event. Absolutely, you know, A1 event.
I thought it was fantastic, and it was nice to see people from different backgrounds and martial arts that all took part. I think it took us by surprise at how many people wanted to take part, but it was fantastic. It was lots of smiling faces.
They've got people from all over the southwest and people from further afield like Yorkshire.
So we're off to this fantastic Japanese cultural event in Bristol. It's very exciting to be part of, and it's going to be a great opportunity for the club just to showcase what we're all about and show off our fantastic martial art.
We haven't really had a lot of time to actually practice it, and when I say we haven't had a lot of time, I mean like last night is what we had.
All right, again. Bang. He comes. Bang. 1. Bang. 2. Okay, just like that. That's it.
So it's going to be quite tricky, you know, remembering the sequence and the order of things, and you know, getting it right when we do that public display.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
We got together and I said to the guys, maybe we should take about an hour or so. I think about 3 hours later, we kind of like got some kind of like assemblage of like, you know, of what we were going to do.
So we need to make sure that we take all the kit with us, all of our uniforms, you know, tabby, belts, all of the weapons, everything that we're going to need for the display.
Because we haven't been there, we haven't seen the actual setup, it's going to be really important that we get there in time. We need to get off the bus because we're not taking a car because it costs so much to get into Bristol. And once we get there, we got to set up and we got to practice because we've only had a little bit of practice.
So we're making some good progress until Ian pipes up and makes us alter the plans.
I knew that we needed to get off at a specific stop, but Ian was adamant that he'd been on the bus loads of times and we could stay on for another stop. I should have trusted my own instinct because he made us miss the stop and we went way further. We passed the stop, the bus went round, and what would have been like a 2-minute journey turned into like a 15-minute journey.
Yeah, we got to be over there.
So the next bus stop is like miles away. So we have to get off, walk halfway across the city, lug in all of this gear that we've got with us. Anyway, we eventually get to M Shed. The event is brilliant. There is so much going on, a lot to take in.
It's really interesting. There's lots going on. There's origami going on, calligraphy shodo going on, dancing. There's even people giving massage, like hand massage and shiatsu massage. So it's great. And like in true fashion, I need to try as much as I can out.
shoulders are tight. Neck.
I try a little bit of the calligraphy, and the instructor, shows us how to write the character for Nin and also the symbol for the Bujinkan as well. But of course we can't take our eye off the ball. We've got a job to do. We can't get distracted by all of this other stuff going on. We've got to prepare ourselves because we've got to do our display.
It's that moment. It's the time. We're going to do a demo and it's got to look good. There's a lot of people there. And to top it off, we haven't practiced a lot. We haven't really had much of a chance to practice. And on top of that, the floor space is quite hard. Couple of moments which were a bit hairy, and unfortunately Craig managed to get a little knock on the head.
Adaptability.
Yeah, there was an unfortunate clonk during the Hambo technique, but it didn't faze Craig. He just carried on, which was great, and hopefully not too many people in the audience noticed what actually happened. But I think overall it went well. We put on a good display.
All right, so he comes. 1, goes to my foot, boom. Comes to him, boom. Brings it down, boom. Knocks it up, boom.
I'm always humbled by the effort that everybody puts in to their training, and the way the guys stepped up, knowing that the amount of stuff that they had to know, and they had to perform under pressure, under such difficult circumstances, is just testament to the way that they conduct themselves.